Let's have some fun with let's say Mexican folk art, kind of. So what I'm going to do is I've kind of sketched out a cat here, and we're taking a lot of liberties with the shapes, and we're going to add some designs into this. So let's see what happens. We'll go ahead and draw some of this stuff in. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a lot of color, a lot of designs, and we'll see what happens here. So like I say, we're going to take some liberties with the shapes and proportions, and we'll kind of see where this goes. All right, so we got some feet. Connect these here. Tail. All right, now what's going to make this appear to have some of the elements of Mexican folk art will be the shapes, the colors, and whatever else we add here. So let's start with some stripes on the tail. We do want this to be quite fanciful and colorful. And let's see, let's do a shape here. We'll close that in. And borders. Now, clean this up a little bit. Let's add some shapes here. And one of the kind of recurring shapes and designs that I see is this kind of thing. Now we're going to want to make sure that shows once we do some color. And let's see about adding some dots in here, some circles. I like a lot of dots. Let's put some borders on here. Just kind of doing this randomly. I don't have a plan. Let's see what happens. May or may not like it when we're done. We'll see. One of the things that we like to do is add almost like these flower shapes. Could be like a sun kind of shape. And nothing has to be really symmetrical. That happens to be, but don't have to be symmetrical. Divide this up so we can add some more color to it. So what we've got so far. Now let's add some more designs in here. I think we'll add. I like this shape here, this design. And do this. This is gonna somewhat symmetrical here, but not really. I just want to break this up a little. And I think I'm going to add one more line there. And then I'm going to actually cut these off because that way I can put some color in there. And okay, let's see what happens. Let's start with, we're going to use some nice bright colors. Got some purples here, orange, and some pink. Let's start with some pink here. And the colors absolutely do not have to go where you would think they'd go. For example, I don't have to have pink ears. They can be blue, green, anything we want. Speaking of green, let's grab some green and throw some green here and there. All right, so I'm going to put some green here. I did one the other day that I had blue there. It looked pretty cool. Let's do some green here. These designs. Okay, so we're getting something along the lines of that. And I'm going to go back and forth with my colors because, like I say, I really don't have a plan. So let's go up here and add some, I'm going to do orange here. Now I'm using Sharpies just because this would be great in watercolors, oils, acrylics, crayon even, colored pencil. But I like the brightness and the flatness of the Sharpies. Now I don't have a good yellow, which is kind of sad because that's one that we use frequently. Let's try this one. That'll do. So then this is something to really just have fun with. Experiment with the shapes. And one of the things about the folk art is that it does not have to be an accurate drawing of whatever animal you happen to be doing. Like I say, I've got a cat here, but it could be a wolf, could be a dog, could be a horse. Throw some orange in here. And I sketched it in fairly loosely and then didn't really follow the lines very much with my Sharpie, and that's fine. Could have put some more designs on his head. That's okay. All right, so now starting to get filled in. Let's go with some purple. Now this comes out really dark, but it does tend to lighten up a little bit as it soaks in. Okay, let's add some right here. Next to that, that looks cool. And maybe I'll put a little more orange. Actually, I'm going to continue the orange. Let's go big. Let's go big with orange. So we'll do a lot of his body in this color today. I'm going to go right down in here. And the Sharpies, I find, they blend pretty well. If you go, kind of scribble all over, they're pretty forgiving. I tend to like to go in one direction when I can. And remember, they will bleed. So take that into consideration. That's why I have this really large, these large black borders helps with the bleeding. I use the fat Sharpie for the outline, and then I don't have to worry about the bleeding so much. Now, when I get to this, my little designs here, I want to see if I can leave a little bit of white around that, and I'm going to see what that looks like if I don't go really tight to it. Let's see how that will come out. Might like it, I might not. We'll see. Let's go. It's all right. Not great, but it will do. All right, so now we're coming to the end of our orange. We'll leave a little space there. And I could have used a smaller Sharpie if I wanted to really accentuate that white around there. Or I could have done like a double line to fill in. But this is cool. This is good. All right, so that's what I have so far. Looking very festive. All right, so let's get into some more colors here. Let's Put some more green in because I'm loving the way that's looking. Let's do that up here. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add another border because I got a nice big space here. I'm going to add another border so that I can add even another color in here. I'll be kind of careful here because I'm running out of room. There we go. That's nice. Okay, so now green. I'm going to put some green in here. And I do have the smaller Sharpies I could use, but this chisel point works just fine. And that, this, again, it does not have to be symmetrical. I just happen to be doing it kind of that way. Now, I'm going to add some of that light blue in here. I don't like that one. Let's try a different one. You had some bad ones in here. That one's better. And you can really experiment with the colors here. So you can have, you know, you put your primary colors next to each other. You can have their secondary colors in here, tertiary, whatever you want to do, and experiment with how they work when you put them together. I'm going to leave some of that white in here again. Just a touch. I do want to leave these guys white. There we go. And remember, if you're drawing in a pad like I am, and you're doing Sharpie, remember it will bleed through. Now right here, I think it would have been a better choice to do a different color here, so I'm not having the blue against the blue, but I'm just gonna go with it. We'll see how it looks when we're done. And the design itself is so simple that you can just do this over and over again and see, experiment with different colors. Okay, so there, it's not too bad. Now let's do this. Get some kind of flower shapes in there. I'll do yellow in the middle. What the heck? Why not? I haven't quite decided what to do there yet. I haven't introduced any red yet, so let's do some of that. This guy is a lot more symmetrical than I usually do them, but that's okay. Give me a chance to see how it looks. I'm doing a whole series on these right now, so I'm experimenting and just kind of loving the colors and the designs of the Mexican folk art. So it's still experimenting a lot. All right, so I don't want to use blue here. I'm going to do orange down the center. And let's see, how about let's throw some yellow in the heart. That looks fine. Okay, we still got to do some color up here and in here. Now, actually, I'm going to use that yellow again. Let's do it this yellow. See how that looks. And there. Okay, I think he's coming along pretty cool. Now, what else we got here? We haven't used any of the dark blue yet. I don't think I want to use it in there, but I'll try it in here. And these colors, the Sharpie colors, come out kind of interesting. I have two purples, and they look like that. One's totally different, even though the cap is the same color. All right, now, what are we going to do here? Let's do that pinkish color. So we've got it down here. but I'm going to go ahead and use it anyways. Carry it on up like that. Notice where I can, I'm just doing straight lines. It blends a little better. Back in the day, we had design markers that were especially made for doing advertising layouts and stuff, and they would blend a certain way. You had to be kind of careful. These, like I say, are very, very forgiving. All right, that's that. And might as well put it right in here too. Why not? See how it looks. I could have left it white, but I don't want to color that in. I'm going to leave my little dots white. And I want to do that and that. So I'm going to do the light blue. Light blue here. Again, like I say, it's almost a crapshoot to see what the color is actually going to be when you put it on the paper. So make sure if it really matters to you, make sure you're aware of how it's going to come out. Do black for the nose. I'm going to actually bring that over. Do all that in black. And do this black. And we're almost done. All right, let's do, what the heck, we'll use this for here. Like I said, it doesn't have to, just because the inside of their ears are pink doesn't mean you have to use it, but I did anyways. All right, so that guy is, erase my guidelines. And there is our Mexican folk art inspired cat. Okay, see you next time.